Hey everybody, welcome! My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and today I'm here with an introductory video and a setup video about Club Stories, a board game about football, designed by Thomas Janssen and published by himself and his company Elven Ear Games. Alright, so folks, in this game, well, let's zoom out a little bit. No one knows you, no one believes in you. It's time to start. From the bottom, let's make a difference. In this game, you are going to play a coach of a football club, and you are trying to let them win games, to be financially healthy, to get a lot of crowd in your stadium, to make sure that your players are fit, and all those kinds of things. This is actually a tactical, cooperative, or solo board game that is scenario based. But before we get into the gameplay, this video is to show you how to set up one of these games. So let's go to the table and let's see how to set up Club Stories. And this is the game board, folks. As you can see, a lot of things going on there, and I will explain later in the next video how everything works. But for now, we are going to set up the game, and well, the game comes with several scenarios that you can play. Actually 5 or maybe 6 if you count the introductory scenario as well. This is called the pre-season practice sim. Now, I'm not going to do this one, but if you ever get this game, be sure to do this once so you know how the game works, and then you can go to the other scenarios. As you can see, there are 6 in total, including the practice sim here, but we are going to do scenario 1, which is surviving the 3rd division. Now, I'm not going to go too close into the story, but each scenario has its own story, its goals, its special rules, and to see how well you did, what they expect from you to do before you can go to the next scenario. As you can see, we will start in Division 3, very low. We are very new in the business. Now, to set up a game, well, you first need, of course, the player board, and after that we are going to start with putting some tokens on the board. First of all, a lot of these things are compared with the things on the scenario board. As you can see, we will start with $2 money, however you want to call it. There you go, those are these tokens here, so we get those to start with. We also get an income of 2, and then we have to go to the board, and let's go a little bit closer. And well, the income is this yellow column here, which is at 2 at the start of the game. As you can see by the scenario, this is our crowd. This is how much people or our supporters like us, and we start at 4, so they are quite happy already. Next, we have this green flag here, which is our morale, and we start at 3, well, which is not too high, but it starts at 3. And then we have our fitness, how well our players are trained and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. They're at 5 at this moment. It's the beginning of the season, so our players are still very fit. All right, what else will we do? Well, we go back to this later, but for now, we have some more things to do. First, we have this whole pile of black cubes here, and we have to place some of them on the board. Well, first of all, we place a black one here next to the board. This is our score track, so that will be important for the future. Then we, of course, have our league points, which starts at 0, of course, because we haven't begun yet. Very simple. Also, put one of the cubes here on the off spot of the tactics space, and one right over here at the first one there. Then we put one cube on the form on the lower one with the number 2, and one black cube on each of the zeros. This is a track that will, well, let us follow the score during a match, but for now it always will start with 0-0, of course. All right. More cubes that have to be placed. Yes, because, well, I'm going to show it like this for now. you're also going to place a black cube on the round 1 track. This is the round track here. And well, as you can see here in this number here on the right bottom of the scenario card, we have an attendance of 2 of 4, which means 2 of our blocks in our stadium are already filled. So there will be a cube on 2 of them at the beginning of the season. Then we zoom out a little bit because we are going to place some piles of cards. First, we are going to take the deck with tactics cards, going to shuffle them, and it gets placed face up right over here on the tactics spot. Next is a pile of players. Now, in this scenario, we will only use the players of this team newbie, but there are more cards with more players in this game for that you can use in later scenarios. As you can see, we have Woods FC and Forwards FC as well, but remove these for now from the game. You shuffle the newbie team and also place it face up right next to the player spot here. Next, we have sponsors. You take the deck with the sponsor cards, also shuffle these and place them again face up next to the sponsor spot on the board. Then we have the staff cards. These are our directors, coaches, our stewards, our fitness coaches, scouts and stuff like that. Now, before we take this deck and shuffle it as well, we first take a look at the scenario card, because it says that at the beginning of the game we have directors 1, 2 and 7 and scout 1 and coach 1. These are the directors I mentioned, and we place them right here in our club at the director spot. These folks will determine in board meetings what decisions will be made, but you have some influence on it. We also get scout number 1, and the numbers are right here at the bottom of the card. And we have coach number 1 as well. So those are in our team already. Then we take all the other staff members that we can hire in the future. We give them a good shuffle and we place them next to the staff spot next to the board. All right, but now we have some more options because of the directors and the scout and the coach. As you can see, these cards have this symbol right here on the left, which lets us, well, gives us more influence, more networking. So for this example, this director gives us 1 sponsor. That means we can take one of the sponsor cards and place it next to it. Now we have more choice of sponsors. We continue doing this for each of the directors and also for our rest of our staff. And in this case, that means we draw 2 more staff cards for the director in the middle, 1 more for the other one. The scout gives us 1 more option to scout players. And the coach gives us 1 more option in tactics on the top there. There we go. And this is how it might look at the beginning of the game. On that left side, we have some choices in staff. We have choices of 2 sponsors, 2 players, and 2 tactics. Also on the right side, we have some things to put. First of all, we are going to have some opponents that we are going to play. Now for this scenario, we are going to use teams that are, well, playing in Division 3, or sometimes they go to Division 2, but sometimes they go back to Division 3. And this you can see at the top of the card right here. So some have Division 2 or 3 and some have 3. There are more teams in the game, but as you can see, they're all Division 2 teams, which, well, are not used, of course, because we are in Division 3. We give them already a good shuffle and we place them face down next to the opponent's spot right over there. Then we take the deck with challenges. Challenges are things that allow us to score more points if we meet some certain things that they ask for. We shuffle them and for now we put them next to the board as well. And then we have the meeting cards. Now, there are 2 different cards. You have the ones with the back here. These are cards, well, that might, well, there are people who are interested in some players of your team. and these ones there are different board meetings. Now you take, in this scenario, you take 12 of these board meetings here. So you shuffle them and take 9. Nine of these, the others go back into the box. And of these ones, you shuffle them and you take 3 of these. Then after that, you are going to shuffle all these together and you are going to place the deck of cards also next to the board, but you have to watch out. It's not allowed to have one of these on top, so it always has to be one without the text. There we go. Next we have these little cards here. We have the schedule. This is our week schedule. Just put it somewhere in reach. And then we have the match consequence and the turn overview card. Also place it somewhere close to you so you can always check that. As you can see, I've put the rest of the tokens that are in the game above my player board, and except for these ones here. These are tokens here which are one-sided. These are the ones that are going to influence our players, make them better. Just put them all face down somewhere in reach as well. There you go, there they are. Then you take these tokens here, there are 3 of each. These are for the injuries, 1 week or 2 week injuries, or 1 or 2 week suspensions. Just place them also somewhere where you can reach them if needed. There are also 10 of these green cubes here. Place them somewhere in front of you. You will need them to, well, to set up your team. And then also you have these 6 dice, 4 whites, 1 green and 1 red. Also place them close to you on the table. There we go. Now there are some more cards that I haven't used. There are these 2. Use them in scenario 2 or in 5. So for now they can go out of the game, back into the box. So this is the setup of Club Stories. As told, this is scenario 1 of the game. And next time, or next video, I will be doing a playthrough of this scenario. So if you wonder how this game works, go check that one out. We will try to survive the 3rd division. If I manage to do so, go check that video out. Thank you for watching this introductory setup video, and I hope to see you very soon in the future with some more Club Stories.